The door slammed shut with a finality that echoed through Eden's soul, her father's voice still ringing in her ears. "You're no daughter of mine if you choose this path." Rain pounded against the windows of their upscale Chicago suburb home, but it was nothing compared to the storm raging inside her. At 18, Eden had mustered the courage to come out, only to be met with fury and exile. Her belongings tossed into the street like trash. She stood there, drenched and trembling, clutching a duffel bag, wondering if this was the price of being true to herself, loving women in a world that demanded she pretend otherwise. Presley Thompson watched from her porch across the street, her heart twisting at the sight. At 25, she was no stranger to hidden truths. She'd buried her own attractions deep, playing the role of the perfect neighbor in this conservative enclave. But seeing Eden, young, vulnerable, with those wide green eyes now blurred by tears, stirred something fierce in her. She couldn't just stand by. Grabbing an umbrella, Presley dashed out, her mind racing with the risks. What if the neighbors talked? What if this dragged her into the spotlight she'd avoided? Yet as she approached, Eden's broken whisper cut through. "I have nowhere to go." Presley extended her hand, pulling her inside without a word, sealing a bond that would redefine them both. Inside Presley's modest but cozy living room, the warmth from the fireplace did little to thaw the chill in Eden's bones. She sat on the couch wrapped in a blanket staring at the floor. "He found my journal," Eden murmured, her voice cracking. "All those entries about crushes on girls at school. He said I'm sick, that I'd disgrace the family name." Presley knelt beside her, fighting the urge to hug her. Too soon, too risky. Instead she offered tea, her own thoughts swirling. "I've hidden for years, dating men to fit in, but this girl's bravery shames me. What kind of life is that?" "You can stay here as long as you need," Presley said firmly. "No one deserves to be thrown out like that." Eden looked up, gratitude mixing with suspicion. "Why help me? You barely know me." Presley hesitated, her pulse quickening. "Because I see myself in you," she thought, but aloud. "Because it's the right thing." As days turned to weeks, Eden settled into Presley's guest room, the two women navigating an uneasy alliance. Presley worked as a teacher at the local high school, her days filled with lesson plans and forced smiles, while Eden, fresh out of high school, took odd jobs to contribute. But the nights were different. Conversations stretched late, revealing cracks in their facades. Eden shared stories of her father's rigid expectations. Senator Harlan Wright, a pillar of conservative politics, preaching family values while ignoring his daughter's pain. "He thinks love like mine is a sin," Eden confessed one evening over dinner. Presley nodded, her own secrets bubbling up. "I've felt the same pull," she admitted inwardly, remembering stolen glances at women in college, buried under societal pressure. "Society's not kind to people like us," Presley replied, her voice soft. But as Eden's laughter filled the house during lighter moments, Presley felt a dangerous spark ignite. Attraction, forbidden and thrilling. The first real tension arose when Eden's father showed up unannounced. Presley answered the door, her stomach knotting as Harlan's stern face loomed. "Where's my daughter?" he demanded, his eyes scanning the interior. Presley stood her ground, though fear clawed at her. "If he finds out I'm harboring her, he could ruin my career." "She's safe," she said evenly. "And she doesn't want to see you." Harlan's face reddened. "You're interfering in family matters. This is unnatural. Her choices will destroy her." Eden emerged then, her resolve hardening. "My choices? You mean loving who I love?" The confrontation escalated, words flying like daggers, until Harlan stormed off, vowing to cut her off completely. In the aftermath, Eden collapsed into Presley's arms, sobbing. Presley held her, her heart pounding with a mix of protectiveness and something deeper. "This is wrong," she told herself. "She's vulnerable." But the line between compassion and desire blurred, setting the stage for conflicts neither could foresee. Presley's internal struggle intensified. At school, whispers about that girl living with her began circulating, fueled by nosy parents aligned with Harlan's politics. One colleague pulled her aside. "Be careful, Presley. Associating with the senator's disgraced daughter could cost you." She nodded outwardly, but inside. "Am I willing to sacrifice my stability for this? For her?" Eden meanwhile grappled with guilt. "I'm burdening her," she thought. Yet the way Presley looked at her sometimes, tender lingering, stirred hope. One night, after a particularly grueling day, Eden confessed, "I think I'm falling for you." The words hung heavy, Presley freezing. "Eden, we can't," she whispered, though her body screamed otherwise. But the seed was planted, and as they navigated stolen touches and whispered promises, their relationship deepened in secrecy, a fragile haven amid mounting external pressures. Society's judgment loomed large. At a community event, Harlan publicly denounced deviant lifestyles, his gaze piercing Presley as if he knew. Eden seethed, her mind racing. How can I fight back without dragging Presley down? She began volunteering at an LGBTQ center, finding purpose, but it isolated her further from her old life. Presley supported her quietly, donating anonymously, but the fear of exposure gnawed. What if my students' parents find out? What if I lose everything? Their love became a battlefield of whispers and denials, each decision laced with potential ruin. Yet, in quiet moments, Eden's hand in hers felt like defiance worth the cost. As months passed, the first betrayal surfaced. Eden, desperate for independence, applied for scholarships, but Harlan's influence blocked them. "He's pulling strings," she raged to Presley. In retaliation, Eden leaked a minor family secret to a local blog. Anonymously, of course. The fallout was swift. Harlan's reputation took a hit, and he suspected her. Presley discovered it accidentally, horror washing over her. "You could have exposed us both," she argued. Eden shot back. "He deserves it." The argument revealed cracks. Eden's impulsiveness clashing with Presley's caution. Internally, Presley questioned, "Is this love, or am I just her shield?" Eden wondered, "Does she truly want me, or is this pity?" The tension built, foreshadowing greater storms. The leak's repercussions rippled through their lives like aftershocks. Harlan doubled down, using his senatorial clout to pressure local businesses against hiring Eden. She lost her part-time job at the coffee shop, the manager citing unfortunate circumstances. Sitting at the kitchen table, Eden stared at her empty resume, thoughts churning. "He's trying to break me, force me back into his mold. But I won't bend, not anymore." Presley came home to find her in tears, and for the first time, their embrace lingered too long, lips brushing in a kiss that ignited forbidden fire. "We have to be careful," Presley murmured, pulling away, her mind a whirlwind. "This could destroy us, but God, it feels right." Their relationship evolved in shadows, stolen moments amid growing isolation. Presley faced scrutiny at work. A parent-teacher conference turned hostile when a mother accused her of promoting alternative lifestyles by housing Eden. "It's just charity," Presley lied, her stomach twisting. Inside, "How long can I deny who I am?" Eden, sensing her turmoil, pushed for openness. "We could move to the city, start fresh," she suggested one night, curled up together. Presley hesitated. "Leave my job, my home? For what? A love society condemns." The debate escalated into their first major fight, words sharp as knives. "You're ashamed of me," Eden accused. "No, I'm protecting us," Presley retorted. The silence that followed was deafening, each retreating to their corners, hearts aching with unspoken fears. External pressures mounted when Harlan filed for a restraining order, claiming Eden was harassing him with the leak. The court date loomed, forcing Eden to confront her past. In the lawyer's office she paced, mind racing. "If I fight this, it exposes everything, my sexuality, my life with Presley. But backing down means letting him win." Presley accompanied her, squeezing her hand under the table, a silent vow. Yet doubts plagued Presley. Am I enabling her revenge, or supporting her justice? The hearing was brutal. Harlan's testimony painted Eden as unstable, rebellious. "She needs help, not indulgence," he sneered. Eden's rebuttal was fierce. "You threw me out for being gay, that's the real instability." The judge dismissed the order, but the victory felt hollow, the public scrutiny intensifying. In the aftermath, their bond strained under the weight. Presley received an anonymous letter at school. "We know about you and the senator's daughter. Resign or we'll tell." Panic seized her. Who sent this? Harlan. She confided in Eden, who urged confrontation. "We can't hide forever." But Presley, terrified of losing her livelihood, chose silence, a decision that festered like a wound. Eden felt betrayed. She's choosing safety over us. Internally, Eden plotted her next move, education, perhaps law school, to arm herself against her father. Presley encouraged it outwardly, but inwardly feared the distance it might create. A turning point came at a family gathering Presley attended alone, her relatives probing about her roommate. "When are you settling down with a nice man?" her aunt asked. Presley forced a smile, but inside, "I want Eden, but admitting it means alienating everyone." That night, she returned home to Eden packing bags. "I'm moving out," Eden announced, eyes hard. "I can't keep putting you at risk." The argument exploded. Accusations of abandonment, pleas for patience. "Don't leave me," Presley begged, tears flowing. Eden wavered. "Am I running from love or from pain?" They reconciled in a rush of emotion, vowing to face it together. But the seed of doubt lingered. Society's grip tightened as anti-LGBTQ bills gained traction in the state legislature, Harlan championing them. Eden protested publicly, her face splashed across local news. Presley watched from afar, pride mixing with terror. "She's so brave, but what if it backfires?" At home, discussions turned heated. "We need to fight," Eden insisted. "Or hide like cowards," Presley countered. The ideological clash revealed deeper rifts. Eden's activism versus Presley's pragmatism. One evening after a rally, Eden returned bruised from a scuffle. Presley tended her wounds, whispering, "I can't lose you." Their intimacy deepened, but so did the costs. Betrayal struck when Presley's best friend, unaware of their secret, set her up on a blind date with a man. Presley went, too scared to refuse, rationalizing, "It's just dinner," to keep appearances. Eden discovered the receipt, devastation crashing over her. "She's ashamed, playing straight while I suffer." Confrontation ensued. "How could you?" Eden yelled. "It meant nothing," Presley cried. But the damage was done, trust fractured. Eden stormed out, spending the night at the center, questioning everything. Is this love worth the constant hurt? Presley lay awake, regretting. "I betrayed her to protect us, but at what price?" Reconciliation came slowly. Apologies exchanged in tearful whispers. They recommitted, but the incident highlighted moral dilemmas. How far to conform? Eden pushed forward, enrolling in community college, her determination stealing. Presley supported her financially, sacrificing luxuries, thinking, "This is my atonement." Yet Harlan's shadow loomed. Rumors of his corruption surfaced, whispers of bribes and affairs. Eden latched on. "If I expose him, I free us." But Presley warned, "Revenge consumes." The conflict brewed, setting up inevitable clashes. Years blurred as Eden pursued her degree, her nights filled with studies and activism, while Presley climbed the ranks to vice principal, her facade cracking under strain. At 22 now, Eden's confidence grew, but so did her resentment toward Harlan. "He's blocking my financial aid," she fumed one day, slamming papers down. Presley, 29, rubbed her temples. Another battle. Internally. How much more can we take? Their relationship, once passionate, now navigated routine tensions, bills, secrecy, stolen weekends away. But love persisted, a quiet anchor amid chaos. The first major Malthwan Duk arose when Eden uncovered evidence of Harlan's embezzlement from campaign funds. Hacking into old family emails. Risky but driven by fury, she found proof. "We can take him down," she told Presley excitedly. Presley blanched. "That's illegal. And he's your father." Eden's eyes flashed. Blood doesn't excuse corruption. The debate raged. Justice versus family loyalty. Presley argued for reporting anonymously to authorities. Eden wanted public exposure. Internally, Eden wrestled. "Am I becoming like him, ruthless?" Presley feared. This could destroy her soul. They compromised on silence for now, but tension simmered. Society's prejudice hit home when Presley's school board investigated moral concerns after a photo of her and Eden at a Pride event leaked. The hearing was humiliating. "Your lifestyle choices reflect on our institution," the chair intoned. Presley denied romance, claiming friendship, her heart breaking as Eden listened from the back. Betrayal stung Eden. "She's disowning us publicly." That night, accusations flew. "You threw me under the bus," Eden shouted. "I saved my job for us," Presley countered. The fight ended in cold silence, each questioning their commitment. Presley thought, is love worth professional ruin? Eden pondered, can I trust someone who hides me? Rebuilding trust took months. Eden graduated, landing a job at a nonprofit advocating for LGBTQ rights. Her passion ignited. Presley celebrated privately, but envy crept in. She's thriving while I stagnate. Harlan, sensing weakness, reached out to Eden with an olive branch, a lunch invitation. Against Presley's advice, Eden went, curiosity overriding caution. At the restaurant, Harlan feigned remorse. I was wrong to react harshly. But his true motive emerged. End this phase, come home and I'll support you. Eden's anger boiled. Phase? This is who I am. She walked out, but not before recording his condescending words. A tool for later. The recording became a weapon when Harlan's bill to limit gay rights advanced. Eden leaked it to media anonymously. The backlash was swift. Protests erupted. Harlan's approval plummeted. He suspected her, confronting Presley at school. Tell her to stop or I'll make sure you both regret it. Presley stood firm, but fear gripped her. He's powerful. We could lose everything. Telling Eden she expected solidarity, but Eden defended. He deserves exposure. The rift widened, Eden's radicalism clashing with Presley's moderation. Internally, Presley agonized. Am I holding her back? Eden reflected. Does she understand my pain? A deeper betrayal unfolded when Presley, under pressure, confided in her mother about their relationship. The reaction was explosive. This is unnatural. End it. Presley didn't defend fiercely enough, and word spread to Harlan via family ties. He used it to threaten exposure unless Eden retracted the leak. Eden discovered Presley's slip. You told your mom? After everything. Heartbroken, she accused. You're weak. Presley wept. I needed support. The argument peaked with Eden packing again. Maybe we're not meant to be. Presley begged her to stay, promising change, but damage lingered. In solitude, Eden channeled hurt into ambition, running for local council on a progressive platform. Presley supported from shadows, donating, volunteering discreetly. But jealousy brewed when Eden bonded with a fellow activist, Riley, a charismatic woman who shared her fire. Innocent flirtation stung Presley. Is she moving on? Confronting Eden. Are you cheating? Eden denied. It's just friendship. But doubt poisoned them. Eden thought. Riley understands my fight. Presley holds me back. Presley wondered. Have I lost her to my fears? The campaign intensified conflicts. Harlan sabotaged it with smear ads labeling Eden unfit due to her lifestyle. Public debates turned vicious, Eden defending her identity while Harlan painted her as rebellious. Presley watched, torn. Speak up and risk all or stay silent. She chose silence, a decision that haunted her when Eden lost the first round. You could have helped, Eden whispered bitterly. The loss forced reflection. Sacrifices mounting. What price for love? Defeat fueled Eden's resolve. At 25, she relocated to a progressive district in Chicago, Presley following reluctantly, uprooting her life. This is our fresh start, Eden promised. But the move strained them. New jobs, new secrets. Presley taught at a more liberal school, but old habits died hard. She introduced Eden as roommate. Eden seethed internally. When will she claim me? Their arguments grew frequent, love tested by reality. Harlan's corruption scandal escalated. Investigations loomed, but he deflected blame. Eden, now a policy advisor, gathered more dirt discreetly. We can end him, she confided to Presley. Presley hesitated. At what cost to you? The moral quandary deepened, revenge versus healing. Eden pressed on, her activism earning allies, but isolation from family weighed heavy. One night alone. Is power worth losing my soul? Presley, sensing her turmoil, offered. Let it go. But Eden couldn't, the drive consuming her. Betrayal peaked when Riley confessed feelings for Eden during a late-night strategy session. Tempted by understanding, Eden kissed her briefly. A momentary lapse. Guilt crashed immediately. What have I done? She confessed to Presley, tears streaming. It meant nothing, she pleaded. Presley shattered. After all my sacrifices? The fight was raw. Accusations of infidelity, pleas for forgiveness. Presley stormed out, staying with a friend, questioning, "Can I ever trust again?" Eden wallowed. "I betrayed the one who saved me." Reconciliation came through therapy, both unpacking traumas. Presley admitted her fears stemmed from her own repressed youth. Eden acknowledged her impulsiveness rooted in abandonment. They recommitted, stronger, but scars remained. Eden launched another campaign for mayor, this time, her platform centered on equality. Presley stepped out, publicly supporting as her partner. A bold move costing old friendships but gaining authenticity. "I'm proud," she told Eden. Internally finally free. Harlan countered viciously, leaking old family photos with twisted narratives, portraying Eden as unstable. The media frenzy tested them. Protests outside their home, threats online. Eden stood firm in debates. "My father preaches values he doesn't live," Harlan retorted. "She's bitter, vengeful." The confrontation climaxed at a town hall, father and daughter facing off. "You abandoned me for being gay," Eden accused. Harlan faltered. "I wanted to protect you." But evidence of his bribes surfaced. Eden's doing anonymously. Chaos ensued. Investigations launched. In private, Harlan begged Eden to retract. "For family." She refused. Family doesn't mean blind loyalty. Presley supported her but worried. This could break her. As polls shifted in Eden's favor, betrayal from within struck. Riley, jealous, leaked the kiss to tabloids. Scandal erupted. Mayoral candidates' love triangle. Presley confronted Eden. "Your past haunts us." Eden fired back. "Yours does too." The damage nearly derailed the campaign, forcing Eden to address publicly, "I've made mistakes, but love isn't one." High stakes mounted as election night approached. Harlan's arrest for corruption loomed, his empire crumbling. He called Eden one last time. "You win, but at what price?" She hung up, tears falling. Victory tastes bitter. Presley held her. "You did what was right." But doubts lingered. Was it justice or vengeance? The win came. Eden elected mayor, a triumph amid ruins. Inauguration day dawned bright. Eden standing tall on the steps of City Hall, her speech echoing themes of inclusion. At 28, she was the youngest mayor. Her journey from outcast to leader a beacon. Presley, 35, watched from the front row. Pride swelling despite lingering wounds. Internally, Presley reflected. "We paid dearly, but here we are." Eden's gaze met hers, a silent thank you for the shelter years ago. But triumph masked undercurrents. Harlan's trial pending, society still divided. As mayor, Eden tackled reforms, dismantling discriminatory policies her father championed. But power brought isolation. Late nights, tough decisions. One evening, facing backlash from conservatives, she confided in Presley. "Was it worth it?" Presley squeezed her hand. "You saved lives, including ours." Yet, Eden's nightmares revisited the betrayals, the kiss, the leaks, questioning her choices. Am I a hero or a destroyer? Presley, now openly out, faced her own reckonings. Lost family ties but gained freedom. A crisis hit when Harlan's health declined in prison, pleading for a visit. Eden agonized. "He ruined me, but he's dying." Presley advised compassion. "Closure might heal you." Eden went, the meeting tense. "I'm sorry," Harlan whispered, frail. "For everything." Eden's response was measured. "Apologies don't erase pain." But seeing his regret sparked mercy. She advocated for his early release on humanitarian grounds, a controversial move. Critics accused nepotism. Supporters praised forgiveness. Internally, did I betray my principles? The decision divided their community, protests erupting. Presley stood by her but privately questioned. Family loyalty or justice? Their relationship strained under scrutiny. Arguments resurfacing old hurts. "You softened for him," Presley said. "After all he did?" Eden countered. "Hate consumes, maybe mercy saves." The debate mirrored their journey. Compromise amid conflict. Years later, with Eden's term ending successfully, a new threat emerged. A rival exposed Presley's past betrayal during the blind date era, twisting it into infidelity. The scandal threatened Eden's legacy. Facing the press, Eden defended. "We've overcome more. Love endures." But damage done, her re-election bid faltered. In defeat, Eden found peace. Power isn't everything. Presley comforted. We have each other. Reflection brought awakening. Eden wrote a memoir, detailing struggles, sparking national dialogue on LGBTQ rights and family dynamics. Harlan released lived quietly, occasionally reaching out tentative bridges. Society shifted slowly, but their story inspired change. Presley proposed finally, a quiet ceremony symbolizing commitment. Through it all, she said. Eden smiled. We chose love. Yet, in quiet moments, doubts persisted. Had they made the right choices? The betrayals, sacrifices worth the outcome? As they built a life together, advocating quietly, the narrative closed on a poignant note. Was Eden's pursuit of justice against her father a necessary act of liberation, or did it cross into unforgivable vengeance that perpetuated family cycles of pain?